Hello and welcome. Right, I think I fixed this. There was something out of scale which for modding is like terribly awful. So right, it should not attack the fence. It's obviously we pretty much lost all of the stuff off of it, but it should settle down. It's sort of got stuck in the ground, so that I don't know. I might have to like unstrap everything, let it all go just anyway. It's just gone weird. Yeah, it's weight, I think. Let's just let everything go. Oh, it's just still having some sort of... I've had a couple of collisions that are a little bit too close to each other as well. You know, obviously, I don't want to get too technical, but the bottom line is, what you see is not really what is real. That looks physical, but actually it's a model, and the thing that gives it strength is a collision. Basically, I call them force fields. Coming from like Star Wars and Star Trek, I like the idea of force fields. So you're sort of standing on a force field, which is why sometimes you like go through it a little bit because like it's not really there, and then other times it is. Now I have fixed. I think we should see the green bean almondine. I've reduced the dessert, and it no longer says dessert. It just says green bean almondine, but I did notice, I know why it didn't work. I don't think it was anything to do with the length of it. It was because it had an extra S on it that didn't appear anywhere else. Now, obviously, as in all things programmatic, although obviously you don't have to be a boffin of like, of English, it really does help to spell well. Because programmatically, it's going to hit you in the backside every single time if you can't spell properly, or you like that when you like. I mean, it is the hardest mod I've ever done. No, we don't be doing that. I've also made something. I'm not sure what it's going to be like. I'm not really worried about making a fool of myself because I don't take myself too seriously. So, but we should now be able to spawn the green bean almondine. I've literally changed everything. Yeah, we also. Yeah, I've sort of modified a pallet fork. I don't know how effective it is because, again, this is my first attempt to this. But I have sort of what I was talking about. I've put a couple of force fields on it, you could, you could say. So, right, so I'm hoping that the green bean almondine should actually appear now. We could move the pallet blockers as well. Yeah, that's... should we... The other thing, it's typical, I've just went out and made this and I've just gone into the ModHubb and lo and behold, someone's actually designed something that sort of pallet blocks anyway, so we might not really need like a pallet blocker per se. Let's just have a look. Are you green bean almondine? Because obviously we had actually taken most of the things out. No, you're not. We're really interested in seeing, because it means such a lot to me. Yeah, really... Because I'm obviously all the others I've seen, which means that they're working. Still, but I would imagine that we really, yeah. I would like. Oh, yeah. Another thing I'd like to do is, although I would imagine the person who made the triple fork that I so loved, that they probably will release it for the orange one that started off orange. I don't think you could change its colour. I think it really was orange. So I'm intrigued. In fact, I can't wait. Spinach and banana. Spinach and banana. This is typical. We are sitting on a fortune though. I mean, I know, not a million exactly, but we certainly are on a few 100,000. So I think, all things considered, as soon as we get a day where everything goes green, the better, because we are... running out of space to put everything as well, and I am double handling, which I really hate. Right, we're gonna have to do something about this mud. It really is, for a little tractor like this, it's very, very bad. It is. So yeah, that is not, at least it's not careering around anymore. That's actually behaving itself. Are we gonna like level this, because we are gonna need to do like more like productions in this area? So to me, I haven't got very much money. Well, last time it cost us about $4,000. So I'm not terribly worried about like doing the same again if we can just like go, and then we'll like, of course it might actually moan about certain things about like us. Yeah, as long as you don't let go of your finger on the thing, it does actually stay fairly good. It's if you, it's even for a fraction of a second let go of it, it really does then play havoc. Right, we did that. I don't think we can afford any more than that. So now we need to basically put some painting on it, because it really is going to sink badly into that mess. So let's have a look. Yeah, so the elusive green bean almondine was no longer a dessert. I might have actually forgotten. Just thinking about it, there may still be one place that I didn't actually do it, and that is in the mod desk. I think you have to declare the store object. Sorry to get technical, but I'm just thinking I don't think it's going to work, because I've still not done that one thing. The gate, it won't recognise it. It's still going to be looking for green bean almondine dessert in that one place, and of course I've just renamed it all green bean almondine. So yeah, that's not going to work for now. It's typical. Right, anyway. So, what is the price? Oh, that's going to be reminded. Yeah, it is. Okay, so prices. Let's have a look. I think they were not good yet. I think it's like going to be back end where it starts to go. We certainly have got at least 450, which is more like 600,000 for. And obviously we have a bit of pig food, which is also 30 odd grand as well. So we're not doing terribly badly. Yeah, so I know how to fix that now. Yeah, I was like thinking, I've been over this with a fine tooth comb. I really... Oh, the plate is sort of there. I was wondering if it could not... Riverbend Springs? Seriously? Why have I got a Riverbend Spring? So I need to drop it down a little. I wondered if, because this was a bent plate that comes down at an angle, I was wondering, does it... Yeah, let's, for once, I can't wait to actually have a look at this. It's not terribly expensive, because really it is a pallet fork, a special pallet fork. It should be in front loader tools. And it should. Can't see it having errors, but it could. You never... Oh, okay. Okay, it is not appearing. It should be like an Albert. That's the beautiful... pallet blocker. It is there. Okay, it's I say it looks like it is, but we're gonna buy one. It really is just a piece of metal, but it is a front loader too. So yes, we will. Because I'm intrigued to see if what I've done actually sort of works a little bit, or whether it just collapses into the ground. In which case I can do something about it, but it shouldn't. Not really. Right, so let's just get rid of that. I just really want to see, does this work? Oh, I think it's going to work, or is it going to be a bit of a bust? I mean, the other thing is, as I said, we have just got a production, and I have put it in, which is... We could have a quick look at that, really, I suppose. That's not a production, so I don't know how you would get to it. Productions, do you have to buy it, or is it an option, or spawn goods? Ah, fantastic. So can you block? It said something about blocking. Please choose flour 43 litres. It's doing 1,000 litres. Can you do more? No, you can't. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, I'm probably better off to stick with my own stuff as well. So let's have a look and see if this does what I think it's going to do, or is it just... Although it looks like the pallet, this is just a... Oh, the collision's too wide. Okay, that's interesting. Oh my life. That collision, it's ever so strange with collisions. Did I actually get rid of the scale? Because you know what it's like. You shouldn't. I'm sure I did. I think I actually remembered to do the scale. Yeah, the collisions, as you saw, it can be really... So this... Oh, it does work exactly as you think. I'm actually attacking things with the collision, though. I can sort of feel it. I'll just show you, just so as you know what I mean. You'll see a recoil way before I hit the H2 Studios. Oh, okay. Oh, you won't actually. Ignore me totally. You won't see that at all. Oh, now I am. Now that definitely did. But I think it's like low. It's like a low collision. So the whole point of this really is a manual pusher, like so. That's literally 3 pallets tied together, with a bit of metal in the middle, obviously, like tying it all together. It's really 1 pallet, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's also not chosen to be a pallet, although it is taken from a proper pallet model. I didn't want it to be like that, so it really is just to push things manually. I did think sometimes, oh yeah, now you can see what I mean. That's what it's doing. Yeah, it's got like a massive collision on the left-hand side. Right, okay, so, well, it was not a total crashing, but it did what I said, but did what I wanted, but not, not quite. Not quite. So we need to tweak it, and then we should be fine. So we have got a lot of pallets. Yeah, so once I've done that one thing, the green bean almondine should actually appear, which is quite fantastic. So we're in September. We are getting through the months. Now then, did we need to feed our animals? No, they are quite happy, and there are 200 of them now. Honey? Well, I think it would probably better. Let's go and have a quick look at the eggs. Now, it is weird how if you have something in a completely different direction, how it totally throws you, like with the eggs. Yeah, it's true. I thought about it afterwards. I thought, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Actually, that is exactly how it went. But I had no idea. Right? Yeah, half a pallet. So again, we're not expecting miracles. I mean, whereas the honey is a little bit special. Yeah, I can't understand why. On that very first month, we got 1, unless, of course, the bees were like settling in or something, which doesn't make a lot of sense, really. But hey ho, it is what it is. You've got to, yeah. I might play with the mechanics, but I don't necessarily understand them totally. In fact, yeah, this is definitely true that I definitely don't understand them totally. I'm learning. Yeah, I must admit the scripting side of it, that's an alien science to me. And another modder said the same. He says, I just don't get how everyone these lure, how do they find this out? How do you muck around with the scripting? Let's call it, yeah, let's not, it's called the lure. You can see it says lure engine and lure a lot. If I sort of pull open this, you'll see that it will say lure quite frequently. Typically it doesn't. Typically it doesn't say that at all when you wish to show people that it does. Of course it doesn't. That would be just too simple, wouldn't it? Right, so then we are obviously, the other thing is we are not so that's honey. I think we've got plenty of honey in there, I think. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see the spawn goods, how we actually control this. Flower, green, no, yeah, this should say, oh, it does still say dessert. That's, yeah, no, that is what I'm trying to say. It recognises it as that in one place, which is why, oh, it does spawn it with your actual pallet size. If you've got special pallets, it does it at your size. Fantastic. So we could actually do that. It won't appear, I don't think. Well, should we try it? Yeah, I'm going to say, because spawn goods. Let's just try one. Green bean almond. And oh, hang on a minute. If this goes crashing and burning though, because it doesn't understand, then we don't want a lure crash. So let's save the game in case we have fireworks, and then we will have a go, because at least we're not going to lose anything. So spawn goods. Pea and green bean almondine dessert. Select. Yeah, it can't spawn it, and that's what I'm saying, because it no longer exists. Green bean almondine dessert is now a figment. The palette that it points to isn't called that anymore, so therefore it can't spawn. So yeah, I just wondered if this was so special that it could overcome the deficiency of that particular sort of aspect. So what do we need? We do need to stick some butter and eggs and flour, but we have got wheat, so the flour, have we not? Oh, we've got all the flour out, and we want to put the flour back in. So we want the blockers. We're not going to use mine today, no. That's a little bit, just a little bit Larry. But when it's it might actually, but we might not have needed. It did say something about blocking with that particular thing, so I don't know that I actually grasp completely what it's actually doing. Right, okay, we've only got 2 flours, so we'll grab some more. So we want flour, eggs. I mean, we are getting very low. We may have to, like, literally relinquish some of our stock of very expensive desserts. And I've got to be honest, they are only about the same cost as cakes. Yeah, they are. Just in my defence, like, because obviously I think what is still bad is, I just have a look. Is it still 100 on this one? Did I actually copy it across? No, it is 50. I think we need to go even smaller amounts, because I don't want this to be like, I'm going to make a super and a bionic, which is dearer to take into consideration. The machinery would be better. So in a way, this is, oh, okay, me learning, really, you could say. So let's grab some flour, and let's grab, yeah, I think we'll try 3, because I don't think it needs more. That's definitely true. But we really are running low on cash, so yeah, we'll stick to what we've been doing so far. So we want 3 eggs, because our eggs are a little bit deficient at present. And we don't need any honey. That's one thing we definitely don't need. Now we've got some flour, so we'll buy 3 again, because it's like, it keeps on popping up the top. Right, so we want butter. Yeah, well, I think obviously we are really now getting very, very low on cash. 23,370. So really, yeah, I would love to get the triples, because I'm trying to go. The other thing I said, one thing I do love about Mack Truckers, well, not one thing. I did have a go at it the other day, and I really did sort of enjoy the solidity of Mack Truckers over the not so solid like ones with the, like, yeah, they're not solid, are they? They're sort of like, okay, that didn't quite work as I thought. Sometimes you waste more time faffing around though, like, than if you just went for it, he says. But then again, you can do things like that. Yeah, so today, or maybe tomorrow, I'm going to literally put my pack up, which you may have noticed when we looked in the thing. I've done a pack. So it's should have actually just whacked these together like that. That would have been a much better option. Yeah, I've got literally, wow, did it? I think I mentioned it earlier, actually. I did, so I don't want to be repeating myself, because it's a bit boring for everyone if you're like, oh, we said that earlier already today. It's true, I did. It's true. Stick those in. Wow, I love the speed that eats things. It never gets old, not for me. It is quite amazing. It's quite. There's a certain element of, and I don't mean just as a modder, but even as a player, of like having certain pieces of equipment that are a little bit. My 9-meter stone picker flying around the fields with that, it just is such good fun, spinning around, grabbing you things, and then I've got a big 5-ton weight for it as well. It's just because you really need it. It gets heavy. Right, so it's September. It's 8:26 in the morning. We have literally put pretty much all we can afford, but I don't want it to be going. The other thing is I'm trying to control its Larry output, because obviously I think it needs tweaking a little. I want to get this right, because obviously then there's going to be one that is a bionic that costs more, that is going to be Larry, and then there is going to be a super that's going to be super Larry, as in like not Unreal, but just a really powerful factory. I'm going to do the 3 levels, like a standard, which is fairly good. It's a chugger. It's not going to be like, you know, like going to make you rich, but it's certainly going to make you better than a Giants one would. And then a bionic, which is really good, and then a super, which is super. as the label says. Right, so let's go through to the morning. I think we've already checked this out. We are getting a bit... it would be nice to have a lorry, but it's a bit early. And also really like a little bit... we ought to go 9. It is a little early. Well, it's not that. We like skints as well. I mean, even with our tick-ups, which are not like silly, like the 30,000 lorts of FS25, which now it's actually quite a tame beast. Yeah, I don't know why the lorts literally just calm it down. It was fantastic, really, because you had a choice of whether you used it or not, really. So, right, so let's have a look. How did we do? I know we were going to have run out of the 20-ton trailer. That is really very, very good. As is that for 4,819. That is, because that's normally at about 18 odd grand, isn't it? But I've got to be honest, I very rarely use it, if I'm honest. Very rarely. That, however, is my favourite external trailer. I do like that a lot. Yeah, very much so. So I think we'll probably be buying that. I do. So, because nobody can survive on just one. Right, so I've got 11 tons of that, nearly 3 lots of that green bean almondine dessert lots. Yeah, obviously we've only got the 3 sets, haven't we? So when I say only, I'm not meaning only. Yeah, it is really fantastic. So we've obviously we've not run out of honey. Oh, we haven't run out of flour. It's butter and eggs, which we seem to be running out of. So it's getting through more than 3 tons, but it is doing quite a bit, but not sillily. Now then, let's have a look at the price, because surely at some point it's going to like start to go yellow and then green. Surely. No. It is January. Oh well, if we can hang on by the skin of our teeth and just keep chugging along nicely, we will have, or as we can see from the amounts that this is telling us, and that actually is wrong. We could make $1 million now if we sold things right now, because we get an extra 50% on top of that. So, for example, yeah, because it's not quite as cut and dry as it. If that's 203, we will get 303. That one we will get 300, and that one will also get 300. So that's 900,000. So it's not that beyond realms of possibility with this beautiful thing that's making very expensive cakes. I mean, and when I say that, just so as you know, I'm not like being silly with like my prices. Just it is a bit better. I mean, this is hard economy. But these are. I mean, it is like it says. It's luxury items. And to be honest, I have a friend who his wife makes like some of the best brownies you'll ever taste, and she's got a business from it. And people queue up on a Saturday morning to buy her brownies. So you see, they don't think it's too expensive, and that's what I'm saying. She does charge a good price, but not a silly price. So if we look at cakes, cake is 3708. Now our is 5869. So the lowest price is the same as cakes, but it then peaks. But we are only just seeing beyond that most of the time. We've seen it at 3,000 and 4,000 for the well, obviously we've not got any carrot cake. But what I mean is all of the cakes are actually, I've kept them all identical. I may tweak this again. This is like only the second run actually of these particular things. Parsnip cake, yeah, so they're all the same. 4,000 is they're not exactly, are they? It must actually do it, because I've got the prices written down as exactly the same, but that's not the same. It must work it out on like how much the value of like your things are. That's interesting to see, the game actually do these things. Yeah. Wow. Sorry for the super high-pitched voice. But so that is quite amazing. It really is. Right. So then, we need... Yeah, let's also go and see if we have any eggs this morning. Yeah, so my pallet blocker is... Yeah, but I did definitely read that it said it was like a blocker as well. So whether there's a certain way you can use it, which obviously it's only been released today. It wasn't there yesterday. All my life. So really, we should technically have 1,000 litres of eggs. Yeah, we'll just take the full one. Yeah, we did not have a lot of space here, though. Well, I didn't really take terrible liberties on, like, digging the ground out. I did a little bit. We did, you can see the water. Yeah, we went into the water plane. So let's grab some of this as well. Even though we don't need it a lot, it's keeps it topped up, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, I must admit, on Riverbend Springs, I think I did about a ton a year on with those little tiny pallets, those little tiny beehives, because they are really little tiddlers. Whereas obviously ours is not a little tiddler; it is a beast. Well, actually, it's four beasts. It is the ones that we had for 17,000 in FS22. They are four of those. I fell in love with the one from the Red Barn pack, which was 20 or 30 grand, and it was a beast in FS22. It was beautiful. So yeah, that is what I really fell in love with. So we need to buy some more gear, and this time it's going to really skint us a bit, isn't it, really? Yeah, I'm going to have to sort that trigger out a little bit. Although it is nice for it to work. Right, so we do want 3 more butter. Yep. And we really want... we'll buy some. We do seem to be getting through it a lot. Although we should really be making it as well. So we want eggs, 3 of those too. And I'd imagine we're right down to about 15,000-ish. Yeah, that's about right. Right, so what we ought to do this time is be sensible. I mean, we are sitting on nearly 1 million, just to make that clear. And this is hard economy. So I did know that this was a good one, but when I sort of put it down, I thought, oh, you idiot, you've not got any animal. So I thought, why have you done this? Why have you done this? You know you need milk and you need all of those type of things for your animals. Why have you done this to me again? And then obviously I thought, well, it is true. In real life, would you stop it like you would buy eggs in, wouldn't you? And it is, let's be honest, it is dearer. Yeah, it's not like I can't get these at the same cost as I would if I was doing it myself. Of course, H2 Studios has been good to us because we have got quite a discount on this particular one, so it's not all bad. Right, stick those on top of those, and then we'll come and grab the others. We are making a right pig's ear of this. You're not on your A game tonight. I didn't expect to be, really. Yeah, it's been one of those days. It's as I said, I think I mentioned earlier, I took my car to the scrapyard. The last row. It's a beautiful car as well, really. Still had a bit of life in it, and I contacted a company that's very popular in the and they basically said, oh, we'll give you £450 for your car. And I didn't lie about its condition. I said it was average, which it was. It got a few scratches when I got it. There's a term in the car industry, and it's used to describe people who will come and bid you down, and they call them tyre kickers. So the gentleman obviously started to kick the tyres after they'd offered me £450 online for my car. They then, when I was there with them, they said, oh, we can offer you £100. I said, what? I said, you said 450. And he basically insulted me and said, well, if you'd have brought it if it was in a reasonable condition, so in saying that it wasn't in a reasonable condition, I said, it's a 14-year-old car, mate. It's it's in a fairly good condition for the year. And I only said it was average, and I did pictures. So, I said, no, thank you. You've lost yourself a sale. I don't want to get ripped off by someone who just thinks I'm totally desperate to, get rid of my car. Actually, I'll sell it to the scrappies for, twice as much as you're giving me, and then you're going to lose a good car. And it was a good car. That was the crying shame. I didn't want, to lose it. I wanted someone else to have it, but I wasn't going to let somebody rip me off like that. It's just disgraceful. So, I voted with my feet, and we disappeared. Pig food's on green. Pig food's always on green, though. Yeah, so we're still not... Yeah. Right. Sales. I don't know that... Well, we can still lend the money. The bank is very good to us. Oh, we were going to buy that, weren't we? Yeah, we were. We're going to do it. We're just going to keep it just... Oh, can we No, we'll just keep it at 10,000 because we are absolutely skint. We may have to sell a couple of pallets. We may have no choice but to do this, really. Did we buy a header? I have a feeling I thought we did, but I don't think we did. We've let 2 or 3 headers go because I thought we'd got a header, and I don't think we have. We haven't. Yeah, I could have sworn we got a header. I'm thinking of another Let's Play. I'm a terror, you know, I really am a terror. Right, okay, so 10,000, 8,245. Gordon Bennett. That is, we are really tanking. So in our production, and also our animals, I would imagine, yeah, at the minute, they've got 300. We have another set of births. I would imagine by next February, March, this will be a formidable force, and we will be literally feeding them quite a lot, and we'll also be getting a lot of eggs. So again, it's long-term gain. You can't like have them and then, you know, it's just a bit of an investment in it. But let's be honest, that's going down very slowly at the minute, so it's not really affecting us terribly badly. Whereas it will in time, not only... So, wow, 49 tons. 49,000 litres. So I've got plenty of flour, plenty of honey, 4,000 eggs actually, and 3,038 butters. And our pallets of this is doing quite amazingly. We could actually sell it because long grain rice is not exactly a snippet, if I remember rightly. It's not terrible. It's always better to sell things. Yeah, and I don't think it can see the bit, so we've actually got more than that, probably more about 25,000 litres, I would imagine. I don't think you can see that, that's outside the thing, so it's, yeah, actually is worth quite a bit, but its best selling price is July. Of course, I don't really want to sell it like that, no, not really. So, we will go through till tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be, it'll be kind to us with the, well, or we get something at the sales so we can actually make a bit of money, because we are nosediving. Although you could argue that we're actually rising quite high, but yeah, actually, what do they call it? Disposable income is seriously depleted. And that's not bad. 6834 is not bad at all. Production costs were not terrible either. Now then, please tell me in November we're getting close to the... points where, oh, of course, typically when you're actually relying on, oh, we're getting yellow. Now then, that's getting a little bit. What is the actual present price? It's only 500 off top. I mean, the thing is, I always look at this. Although it can go up another 600, it's about 500. It can also I think what's. Yeah, because the green bean almondine, actually, strangely enough, that's on the rise. But this is my point. The others are actually on yellow. Mind you, it should go up to green. So let's not panic. Also, yeah, we do really need to stick more stuff in, because otherwise we're not going to be gaining anything. So flour, I think we're all right for today. Eggs, we have nearly 1,000. We are out of butter. And honey is good. Yeah, so we can grab a couple of honey. Let's go and see, because I would imagine we've probably have we got 200 layers yet? Have we got 200? Not quite, no. They're like another 3 months. Yeah, so, and they're like nearly going to give birth again. So, yeah, it is true. It does take a while. I mean, you're relying on 100 layers, and as good as that is, it really is not fantastic. So we'll grab a couple of these. Let's see. I would imagine we've got at least a pallet, maybe. Well, nearly. Not far off. And I don't think eggs we were out, actually. So I think this should take us up to 2,000 litres, I think I said. Or was it more than that? No, I think we do need to buy one more. Yeah, if we're going to stick to what we've been doing so far, we'll grab maybe 2, because obviously this is not a fully... It's almost full, though, I've got to be honest. It's not like we're not talking... Yeah, I was going to use this as a smasher. And when you consider that it's supposed to be eggs, I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll... yeah. We'll stick that on the top, I think, and then... we can use that pallet as a bit of a... Ooh, that's not a fully pallet, is it? So just grab a couple. Oh, we might be able to grab that one as well. It's half formed, isn't it? Right, smashing. So we want a couple of 3 butters at least, and one more egg. think we're okay for flour. Yeah, I hate it when you're tired. Your mental acuity is terrible. And your memory as well, actually. I mean, my memory is not... It used to be when I was 18 years old, my memory, I would not forget your name ever. I was literally... I could walk in a room and I'd remember everybody's name that I spoke to. And I really did have a very good memory. It's horrible that as you get older, you get those what they call senior moments, and it really is not nice at all. Right, so then I believe we need a bit of stuff. And let's not park in the way and actually... wreck this. So we need one more egg. I keep forgetting to actually. Yep. Now they're not too expensive, are they really? Don't need honey. Did we say no? I think we're off flour. I think we'll get butter, but I think we'll go 4. It seems to be the butter's the one that. Which I suppose when you consider you're making cakes, it probably is actually quite true. It's funny, but cakes are one of those few things I'd never done. And then when I sort of like thought about doing desserts and trying to tie in vegetables, I thought, to begin with, I thought, you're having a laugh. You can't make vegetables. You can't make vegetables into luxury desserts. So I asked Copilot, Copilot, is there anything that you can make with like spinach? And obviously you can see the ones that I was told about, so quite amazing really. Yeah, the one that I was convinced I definitely wouldn't find were actually green beans. I thought, come on, there's not going to be. So I was very heavily shocked when there is a thing called green bean almondine dessert, and it really is. You can Google it, it really does exist. So yeah, I was very nicely surprised. Yeah, quite a few of the businesses I've done. Olive oil's the same. That's like July. I've got that one on Oakbridge Farm. That's not a bad business, really. I quite like that. So there we go. November. Now we saw that. There's not a lot for us, really. So just check our ingredients the old-fashioned way. 5 wheat, yeah, so we've got through our wheat nearly, but it is chugging away, and we're doing the flour. We've got 4 odd tons, so it's keeping abreast. The honey, 6, 4 odd tons of butter, and eggs 2, yeah, nearly 3, so that should be absolutely fine. So let's go through till December, where I'm hoping it would be nice this session, even if it's slightly longer, to actually, no, that's true actually. I think, well, obviously with the green bean almondine, it does actually have quite a ring to it, doesn't it? It's sort of like, it's got like a lilt where it's like almost like you're speaking poetry. Or butchering poetry in my case. Right, okay. Oh, we've got our stone picker. Oh, and we've got the scout. That's a very, very good price. I think we might go out on a limb with this, actually, because I've got to be honest, we're going to need a stone picker. We're going to probably need more than one stone picker, so that's 26,000's worth. We could sell a bit of stuff, I think. Is there any way we can like sell anything else to like get us a bit of cash? Well, we've got 2 things at 40 odd thousand, which would give us 8 odd grand, which would buy the scout at the very least. Let's have a look at the prices, though, because we might actually have the answer to our problem in our actual products. They are going, oh, spinach and bananas are actually 330. Now they are green, as are pea and mint. It's only the green bean almond which is not appearing. So that's actually quite fortuitous, because if we're leaving that one, oh, they are all January, so why? Oh, so I suppose they peak at different times. So we know that's not going to appear. So I think we're going to go into a time lapse and we're going to win a small fortune, is what I'm thinking. Let's the Fenta's already got this one on, so let's go and earn a bit of quite a bit of dosh, I think. Yeah. So I am going to say my words. Oh. Why are we like getting? I don't. It's still not happy. I put a couple of collisions, yeah, at the front, and they're not liking it. It's that front bar that's not liking it. It's still like jerking around. Not as bad as it was. I have calmed it down a little. No, we do need... Yeah, we need it like... It's sort of leaning at a weird angle. It is. Why? I didn't know a collision could have caused that. That's well weird. Or is it's not the weight of that thing on that one corner, is it? Surely not. I would have thought so. Right, anyway, yes, time-lapse time. Let's get some pallets loaded. So I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. think that's it. I would say that's quite a lot that we did. That is amazing. It really is. I mean, we did know. We're not like seeing anything we didn't. And obviously we're going to wait. And but next session we should sell the green bean almondine, because I will have fixed that. And then really, I think we'll pretty much be there with our field. I've got this really bad habit of like going really high pitched voice when I get excited. It really is like annoying. I listen to it in editing, I think, oh my life, will you pack it in with a voice? It is just me. It is. It's true. Oh, it's not just mine then. I thought it was just all my life. Wow. And that's without that other. We're gonna do it, aren't we? I think that's nearly a mil. Wow, that's phenomenal. Amazing. Let's have a look. So yeah, we've just got, and when I say just, we've got that at 368,000. I do believe we were going to treat ourselves, and I think that's quite apt that we do, to this area. I'm hoping Akimobile releases his super duper ones I absolutely love. Do we treat it? It's not the lorry. I would, if it was the lorry, because I really do like this set. But yeah, do you need the X? Yeah, I think it's not. Yeah, it's just. It always has been. It's always been a tipper or a lorry. I prefer the lorry version. So yeah, we'll definitely buy that. That is amazing. It's a good enough price as it is. It's beautiful. 20,000, amazing. And I think that's probably not a bad place to where to sort of like hang our hat. So let's just have a quick take stock of everything. We've also pig food. We could sell the pig food now. And then all we've got left to do is the green bean almondine. Let's go and get our... Because we can afford to upgrade it now. Let's go and grab... Because we... Yeah, I'm leaving mine alone. It's weird. It's not shown anything like that. And then I decided to build the ramp for the little tiny telehandler skid steer loader, and I thought, oh, let's stick another couple of collisions, because I noticed in editing that I went through the drawbar and I thought, you've not got a collision on your front. So I thought, okay, let's put a collision on. I've got to be honest, you need to tweak them a lot. They're sort of, I call them force fields, but they're sort of like, you don't need a very long one. When it's in something like a drawbar, you can do a little tiny one and I don't know what it is. And there's some of them, if you put... No, I'm going to get too technical. If I start like talking about CPU meshes and stuff like that, they are very powerful when you do those on. They go like super duper bad. I believe it was my right away. But hey-ho. So we'll grab that, we'll do the pig food, and then I think that's not a bad place to actually... Now, unlike that naughty car... Why? They do deliberately go the wrong way when they go on this side, and it is definitely a two-way street. It's obviously, I mean, we all know it's going to get fixed. It's a new map. Right, so we'll get this, we'll do the full extension, sell the pig food, and I think that all we've got to do then is me to fix the green bean almondine, which really does rhyme quite nicely, and I think we'll probably actually do it. And I didn't really think that we would like that, I've got to be honest. I seriously did not, when I set myself that goal, I'm obviously going to carve out more than one field out of it. It's not, and I suppose it sort of is a bit of common, a bit sensible really to like probably do the other, although I'm doing vegetables on the others, so I think we'll just stick to what we're doing out of the greenhouses for that one, and we shall see what else we do. We were talking about oils, so we could do... I haven't done rice in a long time. I know we've got the long grain rice, but we could do... Mind you, it's only the short grain rice that does the oils, I think. I'm sure it does. No, we don't want to... repair and customize. Let's go for the biggie. Now, the one thing I don't understand about this, it's got two 40 meters, and one's a type 1... and one's a type 2. I don't really get it. I'm not sure why it works like that, but it's a beautiful trailer. It really is. I'd not realised how much I'd come to sort of rely on this from FS22. When obviously it was quite close to the end of FS22. So really cracking, very reasonably priced, but really good, solid trailer. I really do love it. Yeah, it is. All right, so let's get this pig food sold, and I think that is not a bad place. Will we break a mill? That is the real question. You can get through on nearly all of these. Yeah, most of them have got like sneaky ways to go through to the other side, which is quite good. There's a lot. I've got to be honest. I do love it when the modders, the map making is such an art. It's such, and the attention to detail to actually. The human brain and the human mind, your eyes are quite amazing at picking out details that look out of place. So when the map makers make it look and you feel like you're in a place really when you know you're really not, it really is quite an amazing ability that they've actually got to do that. And there's so many very skilled map makers. Right, so then pig food. Right, that's a point. Aren't we going to get the... Oh, we are as well. Yeah, we need to shift our blockers out of the way. I keep forgetting. Yeah, we're going to get those, aren't we? Yeah, I must have a go at the blocker. Yeah, now we'll make that manure plane look better. I'd forgotten. Yeah, it's funny. Obviously, you learn quite a few tricks, and that was an early attempt of mine to do, the manure, and because I knew about it, but there's another better way that I can actually do that. That's going to be much better and look an awful lot better. So, yeah, I didn't realise that the actual pallets from the place would go back in, or I was pushing them. I know the flour does, but I really didn't think that we were going to push the actual pallets in. So I was a bit shocked when they disappeared too, and I thought, oh, I didn't realise they would do that. So they must automatically get added, because I think if it's in your storage, you can load and unload. I think it's as simple as that. I must have just come off it. Oh. That's annoying. I did not realise we were that close to that. We will get this pig food. I'm determined. Not that we haven't done terribly well. If you'd have said at the beginning of the session that we would have ended it on nearly 1 million, I probably would have laughed. Oh wow, yeah, this is what I'm saying. This mod is really not very nice. Yeah, you don't always think, do you, of the consequences of placement. You don't think about, oh, that nozzle is going to mean I'm awfully close to those rice things that are going to be over there. So, yes. If we go almost into the water, we should really, I would say, still think we're a bit too close. Oh, come on. This is... I can't even stick it in here. Right, okay. This is war. We may as well take... Being as they're being insistent that we do this. Yeah, the one thing I'm not really pleased with, is the destructive behaviour of if something else appears, because some of these things are quite expensive. I have grapes and olives, and obviously they both come in refillable pallets on Pelenier, and the first time I realised I could do it, I literally started to fill with grapes, which are quite an expensive commodity, and then I pressed fill again, and it did the olives, and obviously destroyed the 2-ton that I had of grapes, and I was livid. I was like, oh my life, this is ridiculous. They're in the same place, for heaven's sake. I know it's why it's sort of done. I know it sort of got abused a bit. There were tricks where you could do the grass and do a little bit of grass, a little bit of hay, and then carry on with grass, and you would get all hay. I know that any game is going to be subject to an abuse of the rules anyway. It is true. It's going to be... Right, now hopefully this time we're going to be in business. Yeah, I'm determined. The one thing I'm going to buy, whether or not I will go all the way through the... Well, we could really do with a loading unload. I think I'm going to grab the Black Sheep Modding one. There's another one as well that actually dropped. Did I put that one in as well? I've got to be honest, the Black Sheep Modding one is very, very good. I fell in love with that in Zilonka in FS25. It is a very heavy... It's one of the few skid steers I actually like. I'm not a massive fan of skid steers at all. I'd sooner like not bother. But the Black Sheep Modding one, now it's a heavy beast. Wow, this is going to be quite worth quite a lot as well. Yeah, it is. The Black Sheep Modding one, it's more like a telehandler. It's very, very heavy, and it's got such a low centre of gravity. Very well designed, as you'd expect from somebody like Black Sheep Modding. Ooh. And this is 171 horsepower max. It's yeah, the one I had was 180, so it's a similar range, but it's not the same range that I'm used to. Wow. I say it's 130 horsepower at present. So trouble with Fence, you look at it and you think it's a mighty Fence, but this is only 130 horsepower. It's not a mighty Fence. It's bigger than the other Fence, by a little bit, really. So we do really need to upgrade this, or hopefully, mind you, we are saving up for the field, so we might have to... The trouble is, we do need a fairly decent team of tractors to actually tackle that. So I think a tractor is probably more in order before we actually buy the field, because we've got the seeder planter, we've got the harvester, and we've even got a couple of trailers, so we've got the beginnings, but I still think we need a little bit more to tackle that monster field than that. Why is the pig food not showing up? Wow. I think we're going to break the mill. I think we're going to do it. I think it's going to be very close. Yes, we have done it. 1 million. We're millionaires. Fantastic. We've done it. 1 million. No, we've not done it, the goal, obviously, but we have really. I think we can all do the sums and know that if I go through till January and we fix that Armandine next month, that we're going to break that million. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, we nearly got a full pallet of that. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Oh, wow, 66,000 litres. That's going to be like 500,000 in itself, so we could afford a tractor and the field. And of course, obviously, we're also going to like do a little bit more. So that's where we're going to leave it. Amazing. How are our eggs doing as well? Let's just have a quick look at the chickens, because I'd imagine soon these are going to need a bit of attention. Although we've stockpiled the food, I would imagine, yeah, 10, it's nearly 11 tonnes. It's only gone down 6 tonnes in all that time. So obviously you would be like tending them as well. It's not just as simple as just because you don't see it, we know it's a game. So there's a convention involved with the game. We would really be going over to like look after them as well, make sure they were watered and everything. So that's where I'm going to leave it. We have broken the mill. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased for that. So yeah, hopefully you'll join me next session, where I think we're going to be able to buy that monster field that I did not think it would be quite fall into place quite this well. That monster over there. So I think we could easily split this into 3 very large fields. Definitely. Has it got anything in it? What is it? It's got barley in it. Well, to be honest, this would be... Oh, someone's done a right mess in this, haven't they? Oh, it's got proper tram lines, hasn't it? That's what that is. Wow. Now, I like the realism of that, because we all know that really, in real life, you do get the tram lines like that down your fields. That's obviously, although you have narrows, it still doesn't mean it doesn't do any damage. It means you have to do spraying down the lines like that, which is quite amazing. I do like that elements of realism, because we all know that is how it really works. And in a way, I suppose it would be nice to bring that in the game. But the other thing is you do need the right kind of field. Yeah, this is a very long field. You need to be able to turn around at the other end quite nicely to actually do it. So I believe there's a big river in between us. So I'm going for a swim, I think. Oh, my life is 2. Right, and that is where I'm definitely going to leave it this time. So soon we should be the grand owners of a huge field of barley, and we do need a header. Yeah, there's 2 headers I've missed, because I was convinced in my own mind that we'd already bought one. So we really do need to get that sorted. So yeah, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.